Yeah, the less you need, the wealthier you get. I'll tell you, SW, SK, that's true.
Joyous, mirthful birthday wishes.
Thanks so much for that, pal. That's true. The less you need, or the less you desire, the wealthier you are. So I've been getting very wealthy. Because I have everything I need. I really do. I mean, you know, we'll get the drum set, we'll get tools, you know, that stuff can be accumulated. It's just crazy. It's a milestone. It's never been like this. Even when there was, you know, TV work, it was never this good. It was never this good. I was not nearly as content. Not even remotely. Consider that for a second. Yeah, hell yeah. Top drawer. In the times of absolute insanity and e-drama, I'm glad I have your content. Cheers and happy birthday. Thanks so much about that. Thanks so much about that, I'll tell you, Top. Yeah, all the drama that you see these days. I mean, people are getting attacked by just attacks. People are getting attacked. There's weird drama. I mean, the drama that I see online, I mean, I don't know who they are. And I don't know what they've done. So I'm not much in talking drama, you know what I mean? But when I see people going back and forth online, and I see like calls for promoters to drop clients and things like that, that's straight up murder. That's straight murder. That's called murder. Murder. When you go after someone's livelihood, that's like you took a knife or a gun to them. That's murder. 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 When you're responsible for the reduction of someone's livelihood, you are a murderer. You are a murderer. That's filthy. I'm not judging anybody. Doesn't matter who you are. Doesn't matter anybody. It doesn't matter what they've done. I would never. Doesn't matter who they are. I would never go after someone's livelihood. When you do that, you're condemned. And you're fucked for life. There's nothing you can do to atone for that. Nothing. Willingly murdering somebody, willingly annihilating livelihood, you're fucked. Good luck. Good luck. Your life is over. Have a good life. Buy a few cars. We'll see what your reward is later on. We'll see. Your life is over. Welcome to another spin. Welcome to the meat grinder. Nothing worse than a filthy murderer. There's nothing worse than treachery. When your livelihood is destroyed by somebody, they are condemned. Fucked forever. There's nothing you can do to atone. You're fucked. Goodbye. It won't be the man coming for you. It won't be the man coming for your life. It won't be the man coming for your freedom. It will be your own brothers and sisters in slavery that will be responsible for the death of your livelihood or a deplatforming. It will be the people themselves used against you. For then who is to blame? Not the machine. No, the machine is never to blame. Now, it's the people. Sounds familiar. Always division, always blaming other people, never the machine. Sounds like a familiar tactic. Who would see that, though? And who would believe it? Who would believe it? But there's nothing worse than someone being responsible for your livelihood being attacked. Someone fucking you over, selling you out, so they can collect some paychecks while you suck cock somewhere in a box. I mean, you know, people are rotten. That's okay. I mean, people aren't born rotten. They're made rotten. You know? Unfortunately. Or maybe they are born. I have no idea. Maybe they are bad souls, you know, cycled back around. I have no idea. I don't pretend to know. I don't pretend to know. I do not pretend to know. But it's crazy. It's crazy to see that stuff. It's crazy. It's crazy. I cannot believe it. I cannot believe it. I cannot believe people would be cheering for anyone's destruction. I cannot believe it. Yeah, it's true, Capster. Hexes only backfire. It's true. And you have to avoid those people. Sure, sure. Yeah, Ball, I mean, I don't know who these people are. God bless them all. Hey. I mean, what can you do? And I don't know this. I don't pretend to know any of the drama. I would be made more stupid if I did know. That's very much beneath me. You know? But that's not the point. That's not the point if someone is super wealthy or super successful and you know, just loses one thing. I mean, look, I get where you're coming from. I really do. My life, hey, thanks for the wishes. I get where you're coming from. I really do. But that's not the point. The intent. Murderous intent makes you a murderer. Doesn't matter if you gyp someone out of $2. It doesn't matter. You're guilty of murder. But it's just one of those things. AK, that's a good point. Didn't Jesus say something along the lines of, if you commit murder in your heart, it's as if you've committed murder in reality? Yes. If you wish someone ill in your heart, and you could do them ill if you had the power to, you know, that's a rough spot to be in. That's a rough spot to be in. Because you are guilty. What do you do then? But anyway, I mean, you know, we don't have to really worry about the stuff on there, but it's worth mentioning that you should never celebrate anybody's any annihilation being sent anybody's way. You're really it's not healthy. It's not good for you. It's detestable. It is detestable, Frank. And I don't know who they are, but what has been going on itself is detestable. It's just one slave against another. That's all it is. And what is worse than a civil war? Nothing. Because the machine goes unpunished. And all that grows is hatred in the hearts. What does that do? What does that do to you? Condemns you, that's what it does. A man's enemies will be the members of his own household. Oh, God. Isn't that the truest? See, it's always been this way. The tools of control have always been of the same design without deviation. It's incredible. Absolutely incredible. That doesn't mean look out or hate your household. It doesn't mean that. It just means know that they've been made one with the machine without even knowing it. You turn your suffering onto others, only condemns you. It only hexes your own soul and your own heart, where you become the spreader of vileness and just detestable nature. Who would believe you, though? Who cares? But just know it. Why would you allow yourself to be used against anybody? Hey, even if they deserve it. It's not really your place to mete out justice. To a certain degree. It's not. It's not. It's such good times. Life has never been better. And I hope that sentiment is mirrored through y'all's. I mean, people can make life harder for you. That's true. People can make life harder for you, but only you can make your life bad. People can turn everything you've done to dust. They really can. But only you can make your own life bad. People can turn your castles into sand. They can sell you out. They can report you to the secret police. They can fuck you over intentionally and screw all of your prospects. Sure. They can. They can do that. And the more wicked the times become, the more power they have to do that to you. But only you can make your own life bad. Remember that. It's important. If you've got some bad stuff going on in your life, blame isn't the word, but always look towards yourself first as the cause of those things. Even if it's just the mindset of victimhood, or the thirst for vengeance, or the addiction to low vibration bitching and drama participation. It always comes from within. Always. Who else could be so important to have power over you, where you just, you're in a mad zone because someone's screwing with you, etc., etc. You know what I mean? The other people they're actually not that important. When you give rat bastards too much importance, only then do they have power over you. And sure, there are rat bastards. Sure. And that's okay. There always will be. You cannot stop it. There always will be. And as the times get more wicked, the rat freaks will have more and more power. Heed these words. For who else puts this forward? Puts this forth? Who else? Who else puts this forth? They'll always point at you should hate this group. You should hate this religion. You should hate this race. You should hate this sex. Blah, 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 blah. No, first look towards yourself. First make yourself better, and you will be impervious to the slings and arrows of the lesser beings of this world. You should hate the guy that burned your house down, Big Crack. I mean, I know what you're saying. You don't hate the person that burns your house down. You hate the machine that allowed it to happen. And that person, you can pity them, because they are condemned for another spin in this rat hole world. And they will have an existence far beyond, more hellish than your craziest imaginings in a cycle. Hate was made for fist fighting the demon in someone. Paralandra, horse teeth. That's very good. That's very good. Hate is reserved for fist fighting the demons in others, not them. Because, most of the time, they don't know what they do. They really don't. They don't. They should be pitied. Remember that. Hatred on others only backfires and hexes yourself. Consider that. It's important to know. Yeah, that's a good one, Fractured. Brings me fear even looking at it. The enslavers of humanity know that karma is real. Morality is universally objective. Align your actions to be in accordance with natural law. Stop engaging in immoral actions. And as more people do, gradually our collective freedom will increase. Collective immorality leads to collective enslavement. Very succinct. Very, very nicely put. Very nicely put. Karma is most certainly real. There's a reason why everything being done to you is in your face and is not hidden. It's right out in the open. There's a reason for that. Just as you say, there's a reason for that. How is there universal culpability to an enslaver when their actions are sanctioned by their own slaves? There is no culpability. That's why it's done. Okay. Would believe you, though. Who would believe you? Who would believe you? There's truth in that, but we're not going to get too deep into that. It's a bit of a dark road. But there's a reason why everything's in your face and your consent to being enslaved is manufactured. But I say unto you, that whosoever looketh on a woman to lust after her hath committed adultery with her already in his heart. Who is the most? Who is above Christ in a way of a philosophy of life? Who is above? That Christ is not the only Christ to have walked the earth. So when there is one Christ, there are many. There are many. And they are all one. So it's not just the one. It is the one. Anyone who's ever reached, who's ever become an ascended master and taught kind of the things that we talk about in here, they have a little bit of the Christ consciousness within them, and they represent that philosophy of life. They represent the putting forth of the keys to healing the temple within, the temple without, that very few people will listen to. That is all of a single consciousness. Who would believe you? Who would believe you? The ascended masters all share the same soul. The teachings that only the 144,000 living souls could be capable of understanding. If people understand what I'm saying and what others are saying in here, then you have proof that you are among the living. For the demiurge hastens in his pursuit, every moment in his persecution. The material realm is our prison. Shame unto they who worship a jealous, wrathful God. A jealous, wrathful God is not a god. It is a demon. But we don't exactly have to delve too deep into that. Not exactly everyone would enjoy that appraisal of the divine or pseudo-divine. Anti-divine. Scary thought, but anything that would require sacrifice, anything that is jealous or vengeful, is a demon. It is not a god. It is a dog. But that is too much kindness, because a dog is a splendid companion. A dog is not a low creature. It is way lower than it. A backwards god is far lower than a rabid dog. The backwards god. If I wasn't healed in myself first, I wouldn't have been able to talk this way. You know? I would have been like, you know what, fuck this or that, or dang, this, look what happened to me. There's someone to blame. There's some people. Could have done that, but I had never did it once, because I knew that I needed to be healed in myself, because I'm not going to be putting any vile spew out there for anyone else to take in. I'll be damned if I do that. No.